There are more than 400,000 NCAA student athletes. NCAA on campus is their story.
Hi everyone, I'm Kat Anderson and welcome to this week's NCAA on Campus. Today we're talking wrestling and our subject is a national champion on the mat who is equally dominant in the classroom.
Thanks, Kat, and welcome to Ohio Northern University, home of the Polar Bears. And today is a great day to be a polar bear. I'm Adam Yunker, a senior baseball player for ONU. We have about 3,500 undergrads and compete in the NCAA Division III as part of the Ohio Athletic Conference. But we don't just compete. I'm proud to say we excel. Our women's team has won the All-Conference Sports Trophy for the past 4 years, and I'm even more proud to say that the men have brought home the trophy for the past 5 years. In 1993, our men's basketball team won the NCAA National Championship. Our women's volleyball team has an NCAA all-division record of 34 consecutive winning seasons. Wrestling is also big here at Ohio Northern. We've hosted the NCAA Division III National Championships 3 times. This year, our team is led by 2-time All-American, academic All-American, and defending national champion, Luke Miller.
Luke Miller is a civil engineering major with a 3.93 GPA. And if you know an engineer, you know they're a bit different than the rest of us.
Coaching engineers for 25 years now, I don't coach them the same way I coach normal majors. They're very analytical. They have to understand why. They will go through the same process in their mind with their wrestling moves as they go through to solve a problem in the classroom with engineering. You just can't say, okay, Luke, in this situation, do this move. It's not that he doesn't listen to me, it's the point of he has to understand why I need to do this move at this time. And once he understands that and goes through that process, then he gets it right away.
Well, once he understands, he wins 2 years in a row as Ohio Athletic Conference champion and Wrestler of the Year, 4th in the nation as a sophomore. NCAA champion last year as a junior at 157 pounds. This year he's moved up to 165.
Being an NCAA champion, I do have a target on my back just as far as everyone's looking to kind of beat me, but in the end I'm in a new weight class, so none of them have really seen me before, and for my standpoint it's kind of nice because they won't know what my style is completely. On the mat, my style is pretty simple. I just stay in great position and never give up any easy points. I always press forward and try and wear a guy out and then get easy takedowns and score easy points, just not losing my good position.
His strengths as a wrestler are the same as they are probably in the classroom. Very disciplined individual, he's very focused, very goal-oriented. He sets a goal, and a lot of people will set goals, but Luke he will set a goal and then he will also know what he has to do to achieve that goal, and I think that's what separates him from a lot of individuals.
I like to lead by example, just always pushing myself harder in practice so that the whole room itself kind of feels that atmosphere, and then everyone else starts to work harder too. And I like to think that it's affected the team to really work harder and try and get the team up to placing in the top 4 in the nation, hopefully this year. And we'd really like to get at least 5 to 6 guys to the national tournament to help achieve that goal.
Luke has been a team captain for 2 years, and he's also a leader in the classroom. His senior design team project is to design, build, and fabricate a full-scale algae bioreactor.
He leads primarily through the formation of ideas, formations of solutions. He brings forward ideas that maybe the other team members haven't thought about or haven't considered yet, and he's generally trying to help mold the team and form the team in such a way that they get to a desired successful outcome.
I've always been interested in kind of like structures and bridges, just the whole idea of seeing something that's really being in use like every day by citizens, and that helps like sustain our whole country as a whole. Just putting in all the time and struggling through wrestling the whole way since growing up. I mean, that's really just given me the idea of how to put forth your best effort to accomplish what you want to. And it's kind of overlapped into the classroom where I just make sure I study as hard as I can, and whenever I have time, I'm working to improve and do better in the classroom and on the mat.
Thanks, Luke, for being such a great representative of the Polar Bears. And thanks to NCAA on campus for visiting Ohio Northern University.
Thanks, Luke, and good luck this season. Before we end this week's show, how about a look back at a former student athlete? It's an NCAA Retro.
This is a story not about a man and his age, but rather a story about a man for the ages. The awards that Joe Paterno has received and the records that he has set are well documented. The 401 wins, most of any football bowl subdivision coach. The 5 undefeated seasons, 23 top 10 rankings, and 2 national championships. More bowl appearances and bowl victories than any other man. The only coach to have won the Rose, Cotton, Sugar, and Orange Bowls. A 5-time National Coach of the Year, and inductee into the College Football Hall of Fame. Sports Illustrated Sportsman of the Year. And today, the NCAA President's Gerald R. Ford Award. And we haven't even mentioned the career interception record at Brown University that Joe Pa set 60 years ago, and that still stands today. We honor Joe Paterno today, not because of all those records, but rather for the way he has achieved those records. For 61 years, he has coached NCAA football, 45 years as a head coach, and all of them at one school, the Pennsylvania State University. At least twice, he walked away from million-dollar offers to coach in the NFL, saying, "Here I have the opportunity to affect the lives of a lot of young people, and not just those on my football team." And affect lives he has. Joe and his wife Sue pledged $1 million to expand the Mount Nittany Medical Center and have been actively involved with Special Olympics. They've helped raise tens of millions of dollars and contributed millions of their own to build the Paterno Library, a 5-story, 132,000 square foot addition to the main Penn State Library. His players graduate at a rate of almost 90%, one of the highest in the NCAA. There have been 32 first-round NFL picks from his teams, but there have also been 47 academic All-Americans and 18 players who have earned NCAA postgraduate scholarships. More than 350 players have signed NFL contracts. But Joe's just as proud of the young men in his program who went on to become doctors and lawyers, business leaders and teachers. We don't honor Joe for being an 80-something-year-old college coach. We honor him for his vision 40 years ago to create at Penn State what they call the Grand Experiment, an effort to fuse athletics and academics. The experiment has been an unqualified success. 60 years ago, Joe Paterno graduated from Brown with an English degree and plans to become a lawyer. But his college coach, Rip Engel, was headed to Penn State and asked Joe to help him out for a while. When Joe told his father, Angelo, that he was going to be an assistant football coach at Penn State, his dad hollered, "For God's sakes, what did you go to college for?" The answer, Angelo, is now clear. Joe Paterno went to college to become a teacher, a coach, a leader, and a legend.
That's all for this week's NCAA on Campus. Thanks for watching. Check us out every week, and remember to make the most of your time on campus.